So everyone's eyes are on tariffs right now, with fear that the economy is about to collapse. But something is quietly happening that could turn things around, and no one's talking about it. While everyone's talking about tariff headlines, there's a massive shift happening underneath the surface, one that could change everything for the market, for Bitcoin, and for stocks. So in this video, I'm breaking down why this one overlooked signal might be the most important thing happening right now. Hey, before I let you in on this one thing that everyone's overlooking, you got to make sure to subscribe to the channel. Just make sure to click the white button here, because I've been trading and investing for over a decade, and I break down Bitcoin and the market news each and every week, so you don't miss updates that impact you. So go ahead and click the subscribe button right now. So let's go ahead and start with what's grabbing the headlines, and that is tariffs, right? The US announced an initial 25% tariff on all imports, and that might actually get reduced to 20% as negotiations are still going on right now. Even Mexico and Canada have even agreed that they would drop tariffs if the US eases up as well. So right now we've got uncertainty, but potentially a middle ground going on. But here's what almost nobody is talking about, and this is the real story, because this is what actually drives markets, and that is inflation. And what inflation is doing right now is quite shocking. So you got to check this out right here. Truflation just dropped this chart. Their real-time inflation index has been falling fast. I mean, in the past 3 months, it's gone from 3.1% all the way down to 1.3%. And that's not a typo. Remember that Truflation isn't like CPI. It tracks prices daily across housing, transportation, food, and other real world changes. So it catches trends way before the official data does when it comes out. And here's the kicker right here. The decline is being driven all by big inflation categories. So rents are cooling down, owning homes are cooling down, vehicle prices are even dropping, and transportation costs are down. And so get this, if Truflation is right and inflation is crashing in real time, then the Fed is behind the curve. And once they realize that inflation is way lower than expected, it opens the door to something huge, a rate pause potentially, maybe even rate cuts sooner rather than later. And that's the real alpha here right now, because the market hasn't caught on and everyone's watching tariffs and guessing at short-term moves. But in the end, inflation is quietly collapsing. And if the Fed turns dovish, that changes everything. It doesn't just relieve pressure from risk assets like stocks and crypto, but it can actually kickstart the next leg of the bull run. And that's potentially the biggest news out there. But get this, on top of Truflation being down right now, we also have Fidelity with some huge news. While this is happening behind the scenes, we just got more news on the adoption of crypto IRAs. So that means people can now invest in Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin using retirement accounts with no fees. So that's massive. Fidelity has trillions under management, and now they're giving US adults a simple tax-advantaged way to buy crypto and hold crypto long term, which is huge. So not only is inflation coming down, but crypto is being backed into traditional finance, and most people aren't even paying attention to moves like this right now because they're so fixated on tariffs. So look, it's really easy to get caught up in the fear of tariffs making the headlines, but the markets, they're chopping sideways. But if you zoom out, here's the real picture. Inflation is falling fast. Truflation shows that. And the fear right now in all markets is totally extreme, to the point that typically signals a bottom. And the Fed hasn't reacted yet. And when they do, we're talking about potential rate cuts, easier financial conditions, and a green light for the market overall. So combine that with long-term adoption from giants like Fidelity that we've seen, and you've got a setup where Bitcoin and crypto could thrive in the coming months. So don't just pay attention to the headlines. Make sure that you're paying attention to real-time data, because that's where the edge is, and that's where you get ahead. And if this is true, and if the Fed pivots, then this is the perfect accumulation time in the market. As Bitcoin and crypto are already down around 30% from the highs, and the local bottom could be in. Bitcoin's been showing some strength. It just needs a catalyst to get started again. So keep that in mind in the coming weeks. Now, if this video helped you see what truly is happening right now, hit the like button and the subscribe to the channel. I break break stuff down like this 3 or 4 times a week so that you don't get lost in the noise. So go ahead and let me know in the comments, what do you think about Truflation right now? Do you think the Fed will pivot? And what are your thoughts on all the tariff noise right now? I want to hear from you, so leave a comment below the video. With that said, I'll have more market updates here in the next couple of days. If you want some more information, make sure to check out the video above, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Trade safe and have a great day.